Hey guys, how are y'all doing today? I hope you're having a great Sunday. If you're watching this after Sunday, then I hope that you had a great Sunday and you're having a good day so far. Today I want to do something a little bit different. Just want to do a get ready with me, a nice, simple, neutral look. I'm just going to be running a few errands and it's a little yucky out today. So not doing anything too bold or dramatic. So if you want to get ready with me, then stay tuned. Okay, so I did my skincare off camera already, so I'm gonna go ahead and just jump right into things. I'm gonna start out with my primer, and I'm using the No Problem primer that I got via the TJ Maxx. And I'm just going to go ahead and get this put on the face, mostly in my T-zone. And I might not be mentioning all the products I'm using, but I'll try to make sure I show it into the camera so you can at least see what I'm using. But I wanted to kind of talk today about change and evolution. I know that's like, girl, that's deep, but I guess I've been going through a lot of things, which I'm sure most people are going through a lot of things. But I've been going through a lot of things lately and trying to process stuff. And it's been a little difficult, to say the least. And so sometimes I feel like I'm in this space where I'm feeling stuck. I'm not sure what I'm doing, where I'm going, what the next steps are. How do I get out of this place? And I just kind of wanted to talk about it to see, to just make sure that I'm not alone. What do you do when you know that you're trying the best that you can, and things just don't seem to be working in your favor? Or, well, I'm not going to say not working in your favor. I'm going to say when they don't seem like it in the present. When do you know if you should switch gears or if you should ride it out, And if I need to switch gears, which gear am I switching to? Which direction am I going into? So I think that's kind of where I am right now. And I think that's where I am right now, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. It's kind of all the way around. What are your telltale signs that you need to move on or you need to stick with something? By the way, I use Laura Mercier translucent powder in deep to just set my primer. And for foundation, I'm going in with MAC Water Weight foundation. Okay. So I have that foundation blended out. And I actually like this foundation. It's nice and lightweight. So I know this feels better on the skin, especially when it's hot out. So I don't use it that often. So I need to use it a little bit more. But yeah, I feel like I'm kind of in this place of thinking about like what my next steps are. What am I doing? Where am I going? And not having a plan. And I'm the type of person where I've always had some sort of plan. You know, no matter where I've been in my journey in life, I've always had some sort of a plan. And so I don't have one. Kind of like, okay, this current journey that I'm on, if this doesn't work, or if this isn't working, what do I pivot to? I don't have anything to pivot to. And that's a little scary. And I know this is probably pretty heavy for a Sunday, but you know, I will say I am the type of person where in the past I would try to stick something out. You know, I would try to ride it out. And so by the time I decided I needed to jump ship from that situation, whether it be work, friendship, you know, whatever it may be, I am fleeing, you know, by the time it's time to jump out of that situation. And so I don't want to be in that type of space where I'm trying to stick something out, trying to make something work, and I'm trying to stick it out. But then by the time I decide, okay, this ain't working, now I'm like trying to hurry up and leave, you know, because then I feel like that puts you in situations where you may end up kind of, what is it, out of the frying pan into the oven. Yeah, that saying. Also, you don't want to move too quickly, and you don't know if that's where you needed to be, but because you flaked on it, you missed what could have been. And then you end up getting yourself into, you know, a bad situation. So you don't want to wait. You don't want to stay too long, but you don't want to leap too soon. And it's like, how do you know? How do you figure out the right formula of, I'm going to ride this out versus I need to leave, you know? And I kind of mean that in every aspect in life, you know, whether it's work, whether it's friendships, whether it's romantic relationships. Like, when do you find that formula to where, okay, yeah, this ain't working out, so we need to find somewhere else to be. Or, hey, let me stick this out because there's something on the horizon. I hope I'm making sense. Am I making sense? Let me know. I am the type of person where I do take into consideration like other people and the things that they're going through. And I know that if I don't have anything positive to contribute to the world, I seclude myself. I don't want to be like a Debbie Downer type of person. So I will seclude myself. Like, if it's just, you know, too much going on to where I can't step aside from it and be the best version of myself for others. Even if I feel like I can't be the best version for myself, I hope that makes sense. If I can't be the best version of myself for myself and or for others in that moment, then I do kind of shut down and seclude myself while I try to process to get through things. And so, and my family and friends, they like family and close friends, they know. And I do announce it. I do let them know, like, okay, you know what? And a lot of times they already know if I'm going through something, it's something stressful, something I'm trying to work through. They already know that I'm going through something. So me, if I get to a point where I'm like, okay, I think I just need to shut down operations for a minute, it's not something new, because they already know that I've been dealing with something. And at that point, I think they know that, like, okay, she's having a more difficult time processing whatever the situation is than normal, so, and they say okay, and they give me my space, and it might be a couple of weeks where I'm just trying to live and survive and and process through. And then when I get to a place to where I can process through and I can be a better version of myself, for myself and for them, then I come back. And for me, I feel like I don't know. People have different thought processes about that. Me personally, I feel like it's the best thing for me and for the people around me, because I want to make sure that I'm always being a positive light and not a negative. And also, other people have stuff they're going through too, And so you can't just be offloading, your stuff all the time. You have to be able to be there and be positive for other people, and so I try to do that. I try to take that in consideration when I'm going through things. And I don't think I mentioned, I use my Shay.M.Beauty concealer in shade 08. And I set it with my Laura Mercier translucent in honey. So, and I'm just brushing all of that away. Yeah, but I feel as though I'm kind of starting to creep towards that. I might be needing a break and needing to shut it down for a little bit. Place. So what do you guys do when you get to those moments? Do you continue to talk about it? Do you seclude yourself away so that you can process? I mean, honestly, even though I do that, doesn't necessarily doesn't necessarily mean that it's a good thing to do. Is that a healthy thing to do? Sometimes I just want to know these things because, I think part of my desire to make sure that I am evolving and maturing is to do away with things that are not beneficial to me and try to incorporate things that are. But what do y'all do when you're at a crossroads? What do you do when you don't know what your next plan is gonna be? One thing that I think that I've been really trying to work on is trying to be in a place of gratitude, even when things are not going well. And even in those things where, in those times where things just seem a mess, just seem jumbled, trying to stay in some sort of gratitude and trying to find some sort of gratitude within that. And I'm not gonna lie, the shit is difficult. It's difficult. Like, nobody tells you it's difficult. People just say operate in gratitude and rada rada, you know, that's it. But nobody tells you that that shit is hard. It kind of makes me mad that, you know, people always have this thing of like, stay positive, no negative thoughts, blah blah blah. Like, you're not human. Like, you don't have negative thoughts. Like, you don't feel things. And I've run into people like that where you're like, yeah, I'm kind of on the struggle bus about something. No, you're not supposed to think any negative thoughts. And I'm like, really? In what world? Like, how sway? Oh, I'm using my ABH Soft Glam palette today. I love it. This is like my favorite neutral palette. So I use it all the time. I take it with me everywhere. But yeah, I've never understood that. I've never understood that concept of no negative thoughts and just be positive all the time. And, you know, like, that just never went well with me. Because I just felt like it's unrealistic. I feel like what's more realistic is, hey, you're going to have times in life where shit is going to hit the fan, you know? And you're going to be on the struggle bus. And you're going to have some dark days. And it ain't going to feel good. But try to find some sort of silver lining in that. This look is not going to be anything super bold and dramatic. This is more of my everyday look. It takes me a very short period of time to do when it comes to my eye look. So like, I literally try to keep it at this one brush. Another thing that I'm trying to incorporate is journaling. Writing things down. And not just writing down what I'm currently feeling and going through, but trying to write down what I want, you know? And how I see things being. And I'm not good at that. I will say I'm not good at that. I need to do a better job at writing, because I'll write something and I might do good for like a week or two, and then I don't pick up that journal for a month. So I'm trying to get better at that. Do you guys journal? Do you feel that it works for you? Let me know. Okay, so this is my first time using this MAC Stack. I really like this mascara. This is really good. I like that. Okay, so this may be my new favorite mascara. Works for me. I almost forgot blush. So I'm gonna use this Milani blush that I picked up in Ulta a couple of days ago. And I hope I like it because I ain't used it before. I think I'm going to put it on with my finger. See how I like that? Okay, I like that. Let's see, I'm just going through with my foundation brush just to soften, because I'm just getting into blushes, so I'm still a little shy about it. But that is really pretty. I like that. I hope y'all can see that. It looks as though you could build it up a little bit more if you wanted to. So yeah, so what do you guys do when you're stuck? You know, what do you do when stuff just seems like it's not currently working out? I'm gonna say currently. Like, what do you do? How do you know when to move on? How do you know when to stick something out? How do you know if you the drama or if the situation is the drama? You know, how do you know those things? I think sometimes a problem that I say, a good and bad thing about me as well, is that I immediately think about, okay, how do I need to change in this situation? How do I need to evolve in this situation? Which is not a bad thing, you know, because sometimes there needs to be some evolution from you, you know. But when do you get to a place where you're like, okay, this might not be me. This might be the situation. This might be the other person or this event, or, you know, how do you know that? All right, so let's put on this lip and finish up this look. I'm gonna go in with MAC Bittersweet and MAC lipstick in Yash. I'm gonna go in with a little Fenty gloss. Okay, so the look is done. I'm gonna go and run some errands, pick up a few things, try to get some groceries for the week. But yeah, I think this turned out really pretty. I do really like this MAC Water Weight. I haven't used it that often, but I might have to incorporate that more. And I am liking my new Milani blush, cream blush. So let me know. Just a nice neutral look. Again, and I used one brush. I used this one brush and did my look. But so it's definitely a nice everyday neutral look. And if you don't want to use the gold that I used on the lid, you can definitely use a more matte color, more matte neutral brown color if you don't want to go with a shimmer. But yeah, I think it turned out great. Thank you guys so much for watching, for listening to me, and for giving your advice in the comments. You know, what you do when you feel like you're in limbo, and how do you get through that and push through that mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Someone has some good advice that they can drop in the comment section. But again, thanks guys so much for watching. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, join the fam. There'll be plenty more get readies with me, plenty more looks. Also, let me know what looks you want to see me do. If there's a certain look that you want to see, let me know and I'll create that for you. But again, thanks guys. I love you. And until next time, let's go be great.